Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. She is back. Now everybody say, "Oh, she's sticking up because Wayne didn't get the Super Bowl. If Lil Wayne would have got the Super Bowl, then she'd be okay with this." I'm like, boy, y'all really behind. Get off the mic. Nicki Minaj has been mad at Jay-Z for a long time. Her beef with him goes far. Because she's mad about the title situation, how he sold title from under them and they didn't get the money they thought they was going to get. Plus, he decided not to represent Nicki Minaj. And the fact that he decided not to represent Nicki Minaj, it went to a whole thing about her saying that he was a whole play, dumb industry plant. And so anything Jay does, Nicki gonna be there to pounce. Now, word around the campfire is Nicki is already in the studio going to do her thing. That she's already working on an album, and now she's gonna put 3 new songs on the album. Yep. And Jay is going to be at the victim and the butt of these jokes. And they're not jokes from Nicki. I heard it's not only lyrical, but vile. Very foul. And she's not just taking shots at Jay. No. Jay is going to be by extension. Meg Thee Stallion is getting shots galore because Jay-Z and Nicki people, you know what I'm saying, back in the days or whatever. It's just a lot of craziness going on. And with the Kaepernick situation went down, George Floyd, Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin, it's just this representation and stuff that was going on. And Nicki was saying how Jay-Z was at the face of it and he was phony, you know, and he'll just capitalize and use people for their own tragedy and reward. They say enjoy your money, but it's too late now after the Kaepernick situation. But this is all because Jay would endorse her. Jay was building himself up in the Fortune 500 and Fortune 400. Jay wanted to be on that platform, and Nicki and just one of the people, an extension they used to help get there. He said one nigga took a knee, another one took a bag. How they get y'all Negroes in line every effing time. Now that's the thing. This is all the material she's gonna be using against Jay-Z. This is a Nicki Minaj play that goes all the way back to that time. So, yeah, she thinks Jay-Z owes her $300 million off the deal, or at least a piece of it. Now, Nicki took the money. I'm like, you signed the release for the check. You signed everything so that you can get paid those few millions of dollars that you got, not realizing how much money Jay got, and you guys were all partners, well, what you thought. And you really weren't partners. And how Jay had to be gifted a Grammy instead of winning a Grammy. And now he's critically acclaimed. And then the Rock Nation brunch. And how they start canceling the Rock Nation brunch. After all of this controversy and stuff that was going on, they said, you know what? Forget the brunches. And Nicki just sat back throwing shots in the shade. Then she started going after Beyonce. Then it got really scary. Because you don't go after Beyonce. See, Nicki thought this is a game. This is what I could use to my advantage. I'm Nicki Minaj. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can do nothing to me. I'm Sticky Nicki. Now, with all the focus that was going on with Jay, he was focused on Riri. He was not concerned about doggone anything else but Riri, trying to get Riri together. But that situation was going far left than anybody had ever imagined. Right? Yeah, well, when you're in a situation that doesn't fit the general mold, everybody's gonna come for that dome. They coming at you hard. You know, Diddy got his Asian exes to worry about at the time. That was taking him down. And you think Jay was getting a part of that? Jay was like, don't you put me near that. LeBron might be laughing now, but he wasn't laughing then.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So they knew what time it was. So Nicki should know that this is not going to go well. And all of this was an extension of them embracing Cardi B and not her. How Jay-Z refused to manage her. She wanted to be repped by them, but she was too toxic. Far too toxic. Well, if you stop and think about it, and you look at it in totality, you start asking yourself the real questions, then you understand why other people were out of the mix. See, all these people was throwing free shots at Jet, and nobody was saying nothing. Jaguar, right? Or, you know, because, see, they actually know him. That's a major difference when you know the person. But Beyonce wasn't going to take all these shots because she did a song with Megan Thee Stallion. You think you could throw shots at Beyonce? Oh, the Barbs can't mess with the Beehive. They ain't got no prayer. My Barbs. Your barbs? Okay. Well, that beehive came through buzzing and did its damage. That beehive came through and tore you up. Do you know the beehive was Little Kim's? Beyonce took that shit. The queen bee. Oh, Beyonce, I was like, oh no, there's only one bee here. That's me. The beehive is mine. Took it. So Sticky Nicky downfall started with the crazy husband. So when you start seeing this whole thing go down, man, it'll make you go crazy because Sticky Nicky just wouldn't get out of her own way. Once she married Kenny Petty, things just seemed to go downhill. Her fan base was divided. It's like how you stand up for women and women who have been abused when you dating the abuser. You know, like this is crazy. Not only that, the type of background he got is a very serious background. But Nicki is like, can't nobody top my performances, everything, right? But there are people at BET, there's people at Revolt, there's people in all of these major companies that don't like Nicki Minaj. They don't like her attitude. And she just fights back the way she can. But she's in a bad record deal. She had a bad record contract because she was signed to so many people. And independently, nobody's really backing Nicki. So she's just out there. So she's sitting back while everybody else is getting deals. So when they signed Meg Thee Stallion, she started to attack them even more for signing Meg. And that became the big problem. She messed her career up when she was with Lil Wayne and all of them and rock. But she was signed to like 3 different labels herself. So she wasn't seeing any money off the music. Her money's gonna come into performances and actually doing the show. So her just trying to use Lil Wayne like she was so concerned. Nicki ain't seen Wayne since he let her do her show during his Louisiana Fest. He was basically like, let her do her thing. And nobody at the fest was moved when Nicki came out and did her thing. They all sat on stage and listened while Nicki was spitting. And they had the Wayne skateboards. I remember that. Lil Wayne was doing this thing, bro. And it's a shame what happened to Lil Wayne, but he was never supposed to be the halftime of a Super Bowl, ever. The people that got Super Bowl tickets ain't concerned about Lil Wayne. It's in Louisiana. He deserved. The people in that stadium ain't from Louisiana. Okay, this ain't a Saints game. This is the Super Bowl. Tickets is a couple grand a seat. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just gonna have anybody at the Super Bowl. Well, it's so many little things that transpire that people are not a part of that you need to be a part of. Oh man, I'll never forget this. Nicki and her power team. Nicki had her power team already. They was ready to get behind Nicki and make Nicki a super duper star. Right? We got it. Come on, Nicki. We the people. We gonna make it work. And Kanye, Drake, Wayne, Nicki and her new power people. They got me. Here I come. I don't need Jay-Z. All right. You want to see how far this goes, Nicki? Let's see how far it goes, Sticky. So Nicki started messing with her new team. And Jay-Z was like, nah, I don't think this is a good idea. Khaled, I just don't think this is going to work. So all of a sudden, Nicki's out. Oh. Where's Nicki? Where is Sticky? They took Sticky out the fold. Jay Wade at one, and it's over. They was like, oh no. So this is why she's really mad. Because it's not even Jay. It's Beyonce. Beyonce don't like her ass. And that is it. You are not finna disrespect Beyonce and think you gonna be in the mix. Oh, hell no. You're not gonna be at a function Beyonce gonna be at. No, you're not gonna be at the Met Gala anymore. You're done. All of that's over for you. You gonna go back to the Chitlin circuit. That's where you started. That's where you belong. Man, let's see how you go without a stylist, without somebody to do your makeup, get your food for you. Your husband back in the ghetto. This is what they meant. So right now, Nicki's mad. Jay went on stage and basically taunting her, saying she back on that stuff again. When Nicki claims she has never done drugs in her life. I have never done that in my life. I have never have I ever put stuff up my nose. Never. So, oh man, so she's gonna address that in the rap song, her being on that stuff again, putting out the insinuations she's on drugs. She's not gonna like that, even though her name was never mentioned. Didn't have to mention it to get her attention. Oh, absolutely. But don't stop there. Don't stop there. Because Beyonce is Sasha Fierce for real when it comes to Sticky. She don't play. And now that Kendrick got the Super Bowl, Sticky was mad. Like, oh no, Sticky mad. Sticky mad, y'all. She was up there. Oh, she's mad, the Anaconda girl. Now they got Meg, the new Nicki. And Jay-Z's pit bull right there from Rock Nation, Desiree. She'll make sure that the PR team is going to make Nicki who they are. And she's good at sabotage. Calling them people to take you down, everything, boy. Desiree don't play. When they sick Desiree on your ass, that's it. So Rock Nation, the power team with Jay. And she got all that backing. Meg Thee Stallion, and she tried to destroy all that. No way. So they let Nicki host the BET Awards show as she normally used to. They snatched that from her. They snatched her off TV, and since 2015, they have definitely come after her. 2019, she was with Meg. Then Meg went with Cardi B. The switch is made. And she went at Cardi because of the support. And you know what happened there? She lost that battle. And she has not been back since. And Meg went to college, got her education, got her degree, and said, hey, I'm not just going to be a girl who shake her booty and her titties. When she goes out and shakes her booty and titties, right after she says that, she got a degree that she's not going to use. In 2021, we all know what happened there. Beam me up, Scotty. Yep. And there it is. She dissing Meg for being an alcoholic, trying to come after Megan Thee Stallion. And this is what you're trying to destroy? So Rock Nation will use everything in its power to take you down. Then the Tory Lanez incident. And here's Sticky jumping in on that. So, look, she's done a lot, y'all. Y'all just didn't know. She addressed Nicki one time. That's it. And they were besties. So that Nicki thought. She thought it was a broken loyalty of trust when she decided to go in another direction. Oh, absolutely. So Jay was trying to be nice with the whole what was happening with the case. He was trying to be nice to Meg Thee Stallion, but just stay quiet on her and wasn't really pushing the button. And then they started to get a little crazy. And when you start getting crazy, things are gonna go left. So she put that, dark seed out there. And that's why it all went in the direction it did. Because when she would start speaking about Meg and Tory and trying to pile on Meg, like, yeah, now this is my time to pounce. Beyonce didn't like that shit one bit. So everybody's got to understand that there's a plight and a certain level people are willing to go through, and they ain't going to want to hear nothing else. They just not. Oh, did I hear anything about who you talking about? Like, did I hear about what? Oh, Jay-Z's album? I'm trying to get some info, but they keeping that quite kind of tight-lipped. But I'll wait and see. See, you don't. The way to get info really is not to even go asking for it. Because you don't want to be known as that guy, the guy that's just coming around asking for stuff. Like, yo, what's going on over here? Yo, what's hitting this? Yo, was that hitting up? What's this? So, you just want to be in the know. All right, when it's time, you'll know. I never would imagine it getting that worse or that bad before they make a move. Nah, it would never get to that plight because if it did, you'll be looking at a different play out for it. Like, it's irritation when she's talking with Jay-Z. Like, when she got on his nerves and got his attention, was doing that whole Tony Busby thing. Now, the Busby part is what irritated him. Yeah, this is back doing what her whole thing when she was Tina Snow and all that. You remember that? And they was like, man, Nicki Minaj is accusing you of encouraging abortion and child endangerment with alcohol. This isn't something you stay quiet on, Nicki. Oh, Meg. And Meg was like, lie. That's all she put up there, lie. Because they basically told her just ignore all this stuff. And Meg, it was hard for her to do that. And she was like, it is super hard for me to just sit here and just let these people lie without saying something. That's the difference. So you can show that somebody is out there that, that makes it make a difference, then yeah, then you could possibly say something. Nah. I mean, I understand her plight. If you Nicki Minaj, you in a war. You're in a fight. You're fighting for your right to exist in this space right now. You're fighting for your career. It's all on the line. It's basically over. The walls are closing in. The bags are getting shorter and shorter. You're going to have to downsize the homes. This album, that once this flops, many demands for you are going to be less and less. You're going to be right back on that festival circuit. And you're going to be out there, cut off. Because all the major people, the people that she treated badly, now that's important to know. The people she treated badly don't want nothing to do with her. That's the part that they don't understand. The people she treated badly don't want nothing to do with her. And the way you attack Meg, nobody that likes Meg don't like you. You created more enemies than allies. Once you do that, it's not always good. Yeah, she got the Doritos endorsement. She had for Fritos, Flaming Hots. She had all of them. She had all of the sponsorships that Nicki Minaj couldn't get. She couldn't get any of those brand deals. And that's what she wanted. She wanted those brand deals. So Nicki would go live and brag and act a fool and just embarrass herself. And it just goes to show you how far people would go to make themselves look ridiculous in a situation that they shouldn't even be in. Now, Nicki Minaj is going to the studio. I heard she's putting 3 new songs on the album. In case you guys just got here, don't forget the Cash App is Carcino. You want to support the page, you could donate to the Cash App. You could donate to the page. We appreciate all y'all love and support. Definitely hit the like button up. And while you hitting the like button up, oh yeah, here's another Jay-Z pundit. Hit the hype button. Yeah, this Jay-Z troll. Yep, just an ass kisser in Hollywood. Wants to go and push the media button to slander Nicki Minaj at every chance. Elliot Wilson. All right, you with Jay-Z, you act like you run stuff. Exactly. I was with Nicki on this part because she was right. These people that come out and do these little hit pieces to try to promote other people, that's why you can't trust people like Elliot Wilson. You can trust them to be what they are, minions, subservience, to do the deeds of the people who ask they kiss. So keep that in mind. And then when Meg first finally spoke, yep, and when that came out, speaking about Megan's Law and all that, it was up. Now, the album didn't do as well as people thought because they just didn't feel it at the time. And then all that Tory stuff. Then Megan and her husband situation, him trying to go to California, they were trying to block it. And then she's joking about Meg getting shot and get up on a good foot and all that. Bigfoot get up on the good foot and all this stuff. And oh my God, talked about a mother who died. It was insane. Well, here comes Desiree Perez. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. So she starts disrespecting the album they got with Nicki Minaj. With Megan Thee Stallion, saying they spent all that money. Then there it is. Sticky Nicki attacks. That's all she was going to do anyway, y'all. On the next song, I'll delve into all the people Desiree allegedly fired for unknown reasons. Other things as well. Right? So as well. She said so many people were blindsided and hurt by her. Allegedly, she's willing to go broke to try to replace me. Fix it, Jesus. Woo! But you don't know your real enemy is Beyonce. You keep running from this because you don't really want to face it head on. But behind the scenes, The person that really can't stand your ass is Beyonce. And once Beyonce don't like you, it's over. Pack up the tent, lock away everything. It's all over. It's all over. As you can see, it is over. When the queen bee is mad, you done. Ask Kanye West. Well, she wanted to point out some different things. That keep being, yeah, well, when you are put on the pedestal your whole life, this is the norm that you go through. Desiree and all of that, we'll hear about that on the album. But you keep messing with Desiree, she gonna get on her job again, and all they doing is killing you softly. And you act like you was sticking up for Wayne. No, you know the people that wanted to see Wayne? Us. Lil Wayne just did a generic halftime show. And that was that. So she keeping herself hot by warring with Meg, who ain't addressing her at all. And said you slept with your best friend's man and all this stuff, and said if I was pregnant, all this because you let your funky butt pull liquor down my throat and all this stuff. Oh man, she was very disrespectful to somebody who was her bestie, calling her drunk, alcoholic, all kind of stuff. Said nobody caught this. They paid to make it disappear. Talking about partisan. Then brought up the independence deal. Because remember, they say she's an independent artist. They said, oh, she's an independent artist, y'all. So she brings up the contract. They said YouTube paid ads all over Twitter, allegedly. Signed to a 300 deal, 300 Warner. Yep, she's independent, all right. She said, yep, she's independent, all right. Meaning that she's not. Rock Nation is behind her. She's got this deal with Warner. So, no, she's not independent. So Nicki is keep trying to expose the lies that they play in the industry's face. And she's suffering for it. Because all she got left is her celebrity power. So this got nothing to do with Jay-Z's money, Lil Wayne's money, and Young Money. They all get together on the song and try to come at Jay. Wayne ain't gonna do that. Wayne ain't gonna want no parts of that. But Drake and Nicki can get back together and do it. That'll make some money for the time being, and it will fan out. Young Money had the best roster around of talent, and they screwed it all up because you couldn't hold it with lack of control within the industry. So Jay is basically watching Nicki spiral out of control because of the decisions she made in her life. Because she wanted so much control, she got it. Then she had so much power, she thought, until she realized she had no real power in this game. And they could just shut you out, and it's real easy because people don't like you. So Jay will have fun if he ever decide to go at Nicki, but he will never mention her name. That's not gonna happen. So anyway, I'm out. Hit that like button. And yeah, her doing that siding with the Tony Busby thing, doubling down on it. Yeah, those goofy glasses that time was ridiculous. So anyway, I'm out. Peace.